It is remembered in my family that on Christmas Eve of 1933, my father, Clay Spencer, was late arriving home. That and the love he and my mother bestowed upon their 8 red-headed offspring was fact. The rest I made up. All day long, the cold Virginia sky hung low over Spencer's Mountain. It promised more snow before the fall of night.
It doesn't feel like Christmas.
Why not, Mama?
Because
That moment which had come in other years, that mingled feeling of excitement and promise, which Mama called the Christmas spirit, had evaded her. Christmas had always been a time of rejuvenation to Mama, a time to reaffirm her faith in God's goodness, a time of closeness to friends and family, and a time to believe in miracles again.
miracles. I wish it was spring already. If it weren't for the children, I'd be tempted to treat Christmas like just another day to me. Prospects being what they are, it'll probably turn out to be just another day regardless.
What is it, Mama? What's the matter?
It's my Christmas cake. I put it near the window, but the cold must have frozen. Now it's covered with pink buds and never bloom. More snow coming for sure. Why don't you all go outside with an underfoot all day?
Too blustery cold.
Why do you keep watching out the window, Mama?
What's not
It's been time for Daddy to get home. Are you getting worried?
I'll tell you what I was watching. Come on over the window. Come on, I hope he's still there.
What's still there?
What, Mama? You don't want to see something pretty?
Yeah.
There he is, on the tallest limb of that crab apple tree. The cardinal.
Up there goes.
The scarlet plumage flashed a single stroke of bright color in a landscape of winter gray, snow white, and ice blue.
That redbird's gonna freeze tonight.
No, we won't have that bird.
Looking back, I don't know if Mama was talking about the cardinal, or if she was trying to say something to her 8 red-headed children.
A redbird's got the knack of surviving winter. He knows it too. Otherwise, he'd headed south with the wrens and the goldfinches and the bluebirds back when the leaves started to turn.
But the redbirds don't care.
Because they've got the knack of surviving.
I wish my daddy could fly. Then he wouldn't have to wait for the bus. Daddy goes flying around, so the flag will think he's a charger bug and shoot him down.
Oh, now don't you worry about your daddy. He's going to be here for Christmas. Stop fretting about it.
He won't be here if he stops off Miss Emmett and Miss Edda's.
The day your daddy spends Christmas Eve with those 2 old lady bootleggers is the day that I walk out of this house.
If we walked out of the house, where are we going, Mama? Mama!
Your daddy's going to be here. Stop worrying.
My father could only be with his family on the weekends. When something called the Depression happened in Washington or New York or some distant place, the soapstone factory here closed down, and people had to find other ways of making a living. My father found work as a machinist in Waynesboro, which was 40 miles away. He had no car, so every Friday night he'd take a Trailways bus that let him off at Hickory Creek. From there, he could walk the remaining 6 miles, or hitchhike if a car happened to go past. Sometimes, on his way home, he'd stop by Miss Emma and Miss Edda.
He wouldn't stop off Miss Emma, Miss Edda Staples' place tonight. Not on Christmas Eve.
Of course not, Mama. I suspect maybe Mama had fantasies about setting dynamite under the stable place and blowing it sky high. I think she enjoyed the stately decayed vision of that old house with its shelves, with the mason jars filled with the notorious whiskey recipe the ladies distilled, being blown right off the map.
Mama?
What are you doing? There's work to be done. Get to it.
What do you want us to
Who's gonna crack walnuts for my applesauce cake? Come on, man.
The walnuts are out in the barn, but you all don't want to go out in the cold.
Sure we do. It's wet. Hurry up.
Give me a chance to get a little organized.
Where's my coat?
Sure, Mama.
Playboy, you look after everybody at the office.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at the
Now,
snow.
put your coat on.
Button up. So pretty. Button up. Wow. Hurry up.
If I had any wish back then, it was that my mother would stop reminding me that, well, I'm the oldest. It took all the fun out of things being constantly reminded that I was a combination policeman, referee, guardian, and nursemaid to my 7 brothers and sisters. Of course, I guess Mother wasn't having much fun of things either. Y'all watch yourself. Somebody gets hurt and I'll get the blame. I'm like some old mother hen. Mac? Yeah? The sack with the walnuts is in the bin.
Hi, Kate, what are you doing? Make a sign. Get up, you catch sick. Play well, I
No.
Gotcha!
Lord of God. I'll be glad when y'all grow up and learn some sense. That cow going on like she wants to be milked already. Gotta give her an extra bucket of mash tonight. Christmas Eve for her too.
This year, can we go out to the stable at midnight?
That's pretty late.
You told us on Christmas Eve, all the farm animals in the stable kneel down at midnight.
Oh, all the ridiculous
Because
things.
Jesus was born in the stable. That's what you told us. We go out to midnight, Playboy.
You expect that old cow to get down on her knees?
We could sing. Who was singing that, Playboy?
That's up to your daddy. You'll have to ask him about that.
I'll ask him. I'll ask him too, as soon as he gets back.
Y'all can bring in some stove wood if you don't want to freeze tonight.
I wrote letters, Santa Claus.
It won't do you expect good.
How come?
He's clean at the North Pole. No letter getting to the North Pole by tonight.
What I do, Playboy?
Give it to me, honey. I'll bring it down to the post office and send it special delivery.
Why'd you buy me, Playboy?
He's just passing by in her.
Shut up, Becky. Boy, I spank your bottom till it's red, white, and blue.
You just try it, Playboy.
So what did you ask Santa Claus to bring you for Christmas, Patty Cake?
A whole page of the Sears Robot Cadillac. A whole page is down.
I've been thinking about writing it myself.
What you asking for, John?
A piano. That man can't carry no piano down the chimney. Hardly bigger than mine. Little back over. Big belly.
How do you know?
I see this picture.
Believing in Santa Claus, there's no such thing. There's something Mommy and Daddy made up. I don't believe it! That's because you're ignorant.
You're bad, Becky.
So you're really sorry you did that.
You want to make some of it?
You're dozer around gonna make something of it. I'm gonna tell Mama you said a bad word and you wash your mouth out with the octagon soap.
And you just watch yourself, young lady. You just watch that bigoted talk.
I'm not gonna have anything to do with any of you.
What's wrong with Becky, Playboy?
I think that's what they call the change of life. Oh, come on, Becky.
Never. There's still Santa Claus, isn't there, Playboy?
You wait till morning. You'll see there's a Santa Claus. Y'all can bring in the walnuts for Mom now. Come on.
Wow. I can't believe you. All over me.
Maybe I shouldn't have been so definite. I know Mama doesn't have any money for presents, and the only way they'll get here is if Daddy brings them. And there's one thing I've learned. A lot of temptation lies in the path of a man who's worked hard all week and who's just received his pay.
You talking to yourself, Playboy?
Don't you ever talk to yourself?
I don't talk to myself. I think out loud, that's all. I think that next summer, when I'm working in the garden, I'm gonna chop off one of my toes with a hoe. Everybody will think it's an accident. Maybe then they'll sorry for me and stop picking on me all the time.
Becky.
Maybe then they might even like me. Mama's got such a spirit.
Oh, just come up on me all the time. I expect your daddy to be home any time now. Playboy, go eat the Christmas tree.
Oh, I want to go too!
A girl's place in the kitchen. Cutting down trees demands one.
Well, let's Shirley help in the kitchen. She's such a prissy bud. I am not a prissy bud.
Playboy, put on your daddy's jacket.
Mama!
No! Get busy with the dishes.
Wow, this is really getting late.
The rest of you, I want everything picked up and put away. Need as a pin before your daddy gets home. Let it up.
Grab it on the one.
Oh, baby.
I got it.
I said get busy.
Damn it! I just wonder how many I could break and make it seem like an accident. Daddy were here. Daddy would hold me in his arms. Tell me I'm a cracker, Dad. Give me a whiskey flavored kiss. When I grow up, I'm gonna get a job on Waynesboro just like Daddy. And I'll ride the Trailways bus. And every Friday night I'll come home. Blow whiskey break right in Mama's face. If Mama says anything about it, I'll sort of like it or lump it.
Certain things Mama kept in hand. Up ahead on the old wooden road, which went all the way to the top of Spencer's Mountain. That mountain housed all things mysterious. Caves where long ago boys had been lost. A hidden lake so deep that if you dropped a stone from the rim, you could count to 5 before you heard the splash. Home of monstrous rattlesnakes, owls, bobcat, bear, and of the legendary white deer. The man who really knew the mountain, my father, Clay Spencer. Even when he was away, I could see him in my head. Clay Spencer was a hard man to measure up to. A crack shot, a good provider, an honest look-em-in-the-eye man, an enthusiastic drinker, a prodigious dancer, a builder, a singer of note, a hugging, loving, kissing man whose laughter would shake the whole house, and who was not ashamed to cry. He always seemed outsized, bigger than life. Well, I wanted to be like him, but something was pulling me in the other direction.
What you up to, son?
Sometimes, when I was writing a story on one of my writing tablets, he'd walk into my room.
I asked what you up to.
I couldn't tell him. My homework.
That what you doing?
Writers have fancy names like Alfred Lord Tennyson, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and William Makepeace Thackeray. How could I tell my father that I, Clayboy Spencer, felt a compulsion to write his thoughts down on a writing tablet meant for schoolwork?
Hand me that tablet. Clayboy.
Sure. Daddy, some writing on it. What I was thinking. Thoughts.
Writing tablets are for your schoolwork. You need them for school. Son, pretty soon you'll have to learn how to make a living and provide for a family.
Well, don't you ever think about other things? I mean, other things too.
Providing for your family is an honest and noble
But don't
thing.
you ever have a dream? What kind of a dream?
To build a house with my own hands. A house my wife and children can see being put together.
I don't mean that kind of a dream.
That's a good dream, son.
What I mean is
Can't you see it too? Up there on the summit of the mountain, a white house with green shutters. Your mama resting on a Sunday. She'd plant the grass and I'd put in a bed of flowers where my babies can play.
Well, that's a very practical dream.
I don't know how practical, not since the Depression, but I promised the house to Olivia on our wedding night, and someday, it's so real, I can almost see her face at the window.
Look, Daddy, when I'm writing on my tablets, I
You
can
don't
almost
need
see-
writing tablets, son, except for your schoolwork.
You don't know what I need.
Yes, I do. You need to do a man's work. Hold the axe carefully, the way I taught you to carry it over slippery ground.
You don't understand why I want to write at all.
Maybe you don't understand why I want to build that house with my own hands.
Daddy,
Put away childish things.
I had lots of imaginary conversations out on the mountain with my father, but they all ended like this one. I couldn't get him to understand anything about my writing. Of course, never occurred to me maybe there was some about him I didn't understand. By the time I got back down off the mountain, I could see Mama was back at the window worrying again. She hadn't even noticed me until after I set the tree down. Mama,
I was getting ready to send the search party out for you.
just poked along as usual. No sign of anyone coming up the road.
It's a pretty tree. At least we'll have something pretty to look at. I guess that's what took you so long.
I got talking to myself. Actually, I was talking to my father,
Your father, but you would say
just
you
in my
had-
head. Imaginary. The applesauce cake smells so spicy.
What was it about? That imaginary talking with your father.
He thinks I shouldn't waste writing tablets on anything besides schoolwork. He thinks everything has to be practical, even writing tablets.
Hard times now, Playboy.
Hasn't anything to do with hard times.
That imaginary talking with your daddy. What did he say to make you think such things?
He said the same thing as if he'd say if it was a real conversation. He says I should put away childish things, pick up an axe and go chop down a tree.
We need the tree. Probably the only thing the children are going to have this Christmas.
All he can see in it is firewood.
Well, what do you see, Playboy?
What do I see?
That you like to write down on a writing tablet?
Well, what I'd write down.
Well, I'd probably write something about the winter green smell it'll bring to our living room. And the feeling of mystery. 1,000 white-hot summer suns, the long winds of the winterness silence, thunderous storms, and a green new spring.
You see all that, Playboy?
All that, and the memory of all the creatures that ever rested in its shade or nestled in its branches.
You think all your daddy sees is firewood?
Or maybe some lumber.
Firewood to keep his family warm. Lumber to build a house. Why do you think your daddy wants to build us a house so badly?
Because it's practical.
Could be. There's a few things you and your daddy just don't understand about each other. Trailway's probably running a little late.
Where is everybody?
I sent the children over to Mama and Papa's to invite them over for supper.
You pared the ham down to the bone. That's the last ham left from the hog Daddy butchered in the fall. What do we do for Christmas dinner? What's left?
Maybe I'll wring Gretchen's neck. Make us some stewing dumplings.
Gretchen's a laying hen. What do we do for eggs?
I'm feeling reckless. Live each day to come. Let tomorrow take care of itself.
What about Santa Claus? For the kids.
Well, made dresses for the girls, more pajamas for the boys.
They'll know it was you who made them. They'll know Santa Claus didn't bring them.
Well, what if they do?
Then they'll stop believing.
In hard times, it seems silly to let the children go on believing in foolishness.
Mama.
Did believing make a difference to you?
Remember when I was young? Remember how he used to put out cornflakes for Santa and carrots for his reindeer? Why, it used to take me hours to get to sleep, thinking of him right here in this very house.
I don't mean that you believed.
Sure it does. In the morning, when the cornflakes and the carrots were gone, and the presents were under the Christmas tree. Why, I believed, Mama. I really believed.
Times were different.
I was younger then, that's all.
We had a little money to spend in them days.
You reckon the Depression will last forever?
I don't know, boy. Mr. Roosevelt said it won't. Let's stop worrying about things we just can't help.
Yeah, you're right.
Go get a box of Christmas tree decorations, Playboy.
We'll make the tree so pretty they won't be able to think about anything else.
Look at the snow! Tiny snowflakes. Doesn't stick here, take it.
Sure.
Oh, Dad's home.
So why? Make a pretty Christmas day tomorrow. Nothing for you, Grandma.
I know.
Merry Christmas, daughter.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, Mama. Hello.
Grandpa says it's gonna be deep snow.
Well, if he says so, that's how it's gonna be. Come on in. How are you folks?
I think I got a crick in my back. That woman is crazy. Don't listen to him.
What's Mama done now?
Been racing all over the hills, taking orders from the marching company. The old woman like her need to be sitting in a chair by the fire instead of scooting around like a snowplow. I made $3. And that's $3 and a half I hadn't been out taking orders.
If the snow stays big, really deep,
What if it does?
Daddy might not get home.
A little snow won't bother my daddy.
My brother Chuck. There is a deep snow.
He's done it before. Should be here by now.
Here soon, I reckon.
I wouldn't count on it.
And why not?
I bet he's down yonder drinking whiskey with the Staples woman right now.
I won't have you talking about Clay that way.
He drinks, don't he?
He takes a drink.
There's a difference, Ida.
Besides, it's Christmas Eve. We'll be with his family.
At least he's working. That's more than Candy said for the rest of us.
Nobody has any reply for that.
Hard times.
Sure are.
I was listening to the radio a while ago. They're doing right smart talking about this new deal.
I don't care what they do. As long as they get our mill open again, I'm still Clay from working at home.
They ought to showing up. Maybe this is a winner.
Something could have happened to him. Could it, Mama? What could happen?
Happened to him.
What could happen, Mama?
Hey, didn't any of you notice?
Notice what? Yeah. What, funny boy?
The Christmas tree.
Oh, that's a good one.
Come on, man.
He got a tall one. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's so tall.
Here, let's bigger. Send it over here, Playboy.
It's so strong.
That's squirrel. Remember? Oh, yeah.
That's
That's keep it for 2 days.
Yeah, no, you even got the hat.
Ain't anyone gonna help with the decorations?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all. I put the star on.
No, I want to put a star on.
Here they are.
Well, to do it.
There you go.
That's great. Turn on the radio. Time to hear McGee and Molly.
Well, come on, please.
I do hope Clark Jameson visits Silver McGee this year. Every Christmas, there he is singing Silent Night.
Hot damn, how that man can sing.
One more missing.
You're not going to miss anything, Jordan.
Make the tree real pretty.
I forgot the stuff. Then these are just the store-bought ornaments. Where's the ones you guys made? Go get the special ones. I'll put Grandma Spencer's silver glass star right on top.
Sing along, radio.
The stars look down on a lot of nice Christmas Eves, Mama.
Go ahead.
I expect Grandpa's right. I expect this will be another great Christmas Eve.
Once you get the tree decorated, another one's got to be turned.
Don't let Becky do it.
She splashes all over creation. You know, I don't know what's wrong with that child.
Oh, she's a teenager.
She'll live through it. I just hope the rest of us do. I better get back to Grandma and Grandpa. Playboy, if you hear anything
Yes,
else,
ma'am.
Varnish pine cones with gold paint. I shot this little brass key. It looks so pretty. What you got there, Lucy? Silver bells. But it's just tinfoil. But they look like silver bells. I made these out of construction paper. What do with that paper turkey?
That's for Thanksgiving.
I like a turkey. Yeah.
I hope my red flannel Santa Claus isn't the only Santa Claus that comes this year.
don't we all?
Playboy told us.
Don't you worry. Don't worry.
Wait till you see what I'm putting on the tree.
What is it? Twigs and straw.
It's a blue jay's nest.
A what?
A blue jay's nest to put on the tree. Has a little speckled egg.
You can't put that thing on the tree.
Why not? It's the perfect decoration. Our chill have a bird's nest.
Because it's got mites and an old rotten egg. They'll smell bad.
You don't know what you're talking about. The egg's not rotten. I blew the stuff out of it. Inside is clean as a whistle.
I don't care. It still smells like bird poo.
Yeah.
Who wants that thing on the tree anyway?
I do. It's not nasty.
You're crazy.
Go paddle your canoe.
All I gotta say is Santa's gonna give one look at that bird poop and head right back up the chimney.
No! What's the matter with you, crybaby? You made her cry. That's right.
Y'all be ashamed of yourself.
Y'all was a pissant. Mama! Mama!
Don't get all excited.
Mark's right.
Mama!
What is it? What's the matter?
Becky made Patty Cake cry, and she ruined the Christmas tree with bird poo.
Is that right? You asking for another spanking, girl?
Becky, I refuse to reply. Everybody picks on me.
Girl,
You're playing sure.
Work will be.
that's not class. I'll answer the door. Hello, Birdshot.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, girl. You didn't happen to see Clay Spencer, did you?
No, Miss Spencer.
Well, come on in, I'm cold.
Hey, Birdshot.
Have you had your supper yet?
Yes, ma'am. Had me a can of Vienna sausage, a box of crackers, and a bottle of knee-high down at the pool hall.
Well, all right.
I got a surprise.
What's that?
They got a missionary box down at the post office. One I bought it up from Charlottesville on a truck. Says she gonna start handing out things as soon as she get a crowd.
Well, let's go.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Y'all forgetting something?
Forgetting what, Mama?
We don't accept charity in this family.
Oh, shoot. What harm can it be in getting a toy or an apple or a candy bar?
Clay Spencer feels real strongly about it. He won't even allow me to accept that WPA food the government's handing out.
There is such a thing as a man being too proud.
There's such a thing as a man providing for his own. And Clay Spencer does just that.
Yes, he does. Well, I don't see him in evidence nowhere tonight providing for his own.
He'll be here.
I didn't mean to start nothing.
You did just fine, Birdshot. And we thank you.
Mama, couldn't we just go down to the missionary box and watch other people get stuff?
And what fun would that be?
It'd be something to do.
Sure is.
Isn't it something to do sitting here listening to the radio?
And wait for Santa Claus? Mama, here we go.
I bet you going now.
I'll walk with you. Get a little fresh air.
Can't we go too, Mama? We don't take anything from the missionary box. Not one toy.
No harm in that.
Please, Mama. No, Mama. Oh, shoot. Let her go, Lincoln.
Well, as long as your brother's going.
Let's go back.
Stop pushing.
Don't y'all stay too late.
No. So pretty.
Hold Patty Cake's hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Homer's right. Let's see.
Be back soon.
Pretty. Oh, wow.
You lead the way, Birdshot.
Me? Lead the way?
You.
I don't think I should.
Oh, take Patty Cake's hand.
And Tony D.
Just follow me.
I wish I did Christmas. I wish I did a surprise, Mama, because I really want to be giving out these missionary balls. But we can't take anything. Yo-yos and baseball. Who cares?
Someone unloaded a shotgun in the general direction of Birdshot, which is how he got his name. Still has some pellets in his arm, but when he clenches his fist, the little blue dots move around. Made him famous around here. Home to Birdshot is wherever he happened to be when night falls. He worked often for my father, and he knew my mother would feed him if he appeared at mealtime. Something special happened this night with Birdshot. Even though my father couldn't see any sense to it, I wanted to write about people. These people. Birdshot. The people of my town needed their story told. The grinding poverty of the Depression years had already stamped the older faces. They were proud and independent people, and accepted any kind of outside help that went against their grain. But they put aside their pride this night, so that their children might receive at least some token of Christmas.
That's right. Keep singing. My, isn't this nice? In a one-horse open sleigh.
Few people knew her name. She was simply known as the City Lady.
Keep on, keep singing.
But it wasn't easy for hungry people to sing with spirit about Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
There were wind-up toys, baseball bats, some that worked, and some that only worked a little bit. Slightly used gloves.
Merry Christmas. Show our spirits. Sing louder. Louder.
Sweet-smelling soap, a duck that quacked, a fire engine.
Look at it. She's so pretty. Wow. Ice skate. A fire truck. The Foxy Twins. With a bell. A baseball glove. A rubber ducky and it squeaks.
Here's one for a big boy. You.
I can't.
Aw.
You take it, Birdshot.
This was the special thing that happened with Birdshot that night.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I want to
But there was only one thing he could do to show his gratitude.
Look, let me show you. The blue dogs, see? They're dancing.
The City Lady may have been a little insensitive asking proud, poverty-stricken people to sing with spirit about Christmas. But now she did something beautiful. She could rotate her thumb in a funny way. And instead of backing off from Birdshot, she stuck out her hand for it.
You look too. See what I can do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, let's not stop singing. Let's go on with the carol.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way.
It's beautiful.
Bells on bobtails
You take it, Matt.
making
Why should
spirits
I?
high.
It should be you
On
do it.
it is too bright.
It's too nice for me.
Put it on and stop being silly.
Put it on? Me?
Yeah.
It's all backwards.
All right.
Oh,
Snow's coming down fast.
awesome. Thanks.
How do you
Wow. Like a dude.
Probably the first decent piece of clothing he ever had, and he seemed to stand taller. And now, we come to the greatest gift of Birdshot. He looked at the crowd and saw himself reflected in their eyes. Not as an object, but as a man.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
I have to be leaving soon. With this snow on the roads, they're getting dangerous. The last present is marked for a little girl. How about you, dear?
Me?
Patty.
It's too bad, but you can't.
No,
Daddy gonna say?
We won't tell him. He'll find out. We'll have to let's go back from Whitesboro.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Come on, open it. What you get? Jingle all the way. Oh, it's a no! What's the matter? It's ugly. How can it be ugly? It's face cracked apart. It has a busted head.
I can fix it, honey.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't want to hit. Oh, petty cake. What if it's broken? Hey, that's so scared. Please, let's go home.
Taking you home right this minute. Let's go.
Just like Daddy would say, no one ever gave away anything worth keeping.
Had it.
I want my daddy. My daddy to get home for us. You think so? I sure hope so. I'll be there. I want to get home.
This coat's really warm.
Yeah, no. Cheers. I really do hope
The broken doll's turning out to be scary all around. Seemed like it could be a broken Christmas too. I think the worry about our father was starting to reach all of us.
You all go on inside.
You're not coming in?
Come on, Dad's hoping you can see him.
No, there's something I gotta do. Plus, I gotta stop at the pool hall.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
He's not home.
Hey, boy. You wasn't up the road. It's dangerous.
I say they make the trailways pretty late.
What about the roads?
That duck is dangerous.
You haven't heard there's any accidents?
You just met that was snowing, Mom.
That is so late.
Sure is.
What do we do?
Be a little patient and don't worry. Get right on with preparations.
You're gonna eat Shirley?
Oh, wait. No. That's not your daddy's step. Charlie sneaks. Come on in, Charlie.
Can't stay a minute. Where's Clay?
He's late tonight.
Hey there, Mr. Homer, Miss Ida. How y'all?
Pretty good for old folks.
Anybody else been around here?
Just us.
Has the sheriff been around tonight?
I saw his truck by early, but that was before all the snow.
You wouldn't be expecting him by again. With this snow? Can you kids keep your mouth shut if I let you in on a secret?
Yeah.
I knew Clay wouldn't have a chance to go hunting this Christmas, so I thought he'd like a little meat on the table. What's in there? It's a wild turkey cow. A big one.
Sure is a big one. Very much obliged to you, Charlie.
Don't say anything about it. It's my pleasure.
I thought the hunting season was over.
It is.
Don't it scare you to break the law? On Christmas Eve?
No, ma'am, it don't. Why should people go hungry when there's game aplenty?
Seems like a sin, though. I don't think I could eat it. Well, you're going to if you're coming to dinner tomorrow night.
Oh, yes, we're coming.
Charlie, this turkey is the answer to my prayer. I declare I think I just might cook it tonight. Won't please the be surprised when he walks through that door and finds a Christmas turkey roasted in the oven.
He'll be ready for a nice surprise that gets hidden through these roads. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
See you later.
Be careful driving, Charlie. And keep your eye out for... Just keep your eye out. Mama, Papa, I wish you'd bring the children to the living room.
Sure, Lillian.
Find something nice on the radio.
Oh, there's something good for real.
You're hurt, Mom. Let's go.
Not you, Playboy. You stay here.
I expect the Trailways bus is late. That's all. Because it's such a snowy night.
Could be any one of thousands.
I could go look for them, I reckon.
Go look for it.
See if I see him walking on the side of the road.
Maybe the bus slid off the road.
Make him late. But Mama, it's nothing but soft snow.
Probably you could catch up with Charlie Sneed at the pool hall. See if his old truck is out in front.
I could ask him to drive into Hickory Creek. See if I see Dad walking.
Tell Charlie that we'll pay for the gas. We'll pay for it. What are you going to put on your head?
My cap's a little bit wet, but
Wait a minute. There's going to be a present from Santa Claus. So you're getting it early.
that's right, criminal.
Pull it down over your ears. I made it plenty long so your ears wouldn't freeze. Now button.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty long now, Playboy. Playboy. If anybody asks what you're doing, don't tell them that you're looking for your daddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Go find your daddy. Find him, Playboy.
The weather kept getting worse. Every time I looked back at my tracks in the snow, they were already covered. And
no sign of my father. If there was any man in the world who could take care of himself, it was my father, Clay Spencer. But with everyone so worried, I had to keep trying to look for him anyway. When I arrived at the town, I saw Charlie Sneed's truck parked out in front of the pool hall. Charlie was getting careless. I could see the tarpaulin was loose over the back of his truck, and the antlered head of a poached deer was sticking out. I pulled the tarp back over for him and went back up to the pool hall window. The glass was frosted. I guess to block off any view of the sinful gambling, whiskey drinking, and old sand that went on in that wicked place. There was an unwritten law. No decent woman or no young person ever entered that place. Except for Birdshot who cleaned the place. But I didn't have any choice.
Look at Birdshot. Even walks like a dude now.
Mind if I will, Miss Godsey? Be sweeping up later anyway.
That'll be an improvement. Sure, go ahead.
What are you, Willie?
Answer the sheriff.
A Christmas present, sir.
Better went up pretty fast.
Who's it for?
Someone special.
You got a girlfriend, Birdshot?
All I'm saying, someone special.
Listen to Birdshot. Must be very special.
Sheriff,
Yes, Charlie?
after you use a drink of that coolers,
I expect you could.
how about passing one? Please, to wet a man's throat.
Charlie, it might help if you didn't think yourself a set in the other counter here. Think yourself a something over there, on top of the pool table, behind the 8 ball.
That's not fair.
It's Christmas, Sheriff.
Not for Charlie.
It's really blown out there, Miss Godsey.
You know I can't serve you, Playboy. Don't you know better than that?
I know. I was looking for Charlie Sneed here.
Hello, boy.
Your daddy back from Waynesboro yet?
No, ma'am. Well, we're expecting him back any minute. Thought he might have stopped by your place.
Wish he would. Your daddy's probably the only one around who might talk some sense into this trash who calls himself the law.
Hey, Ida.
My daddy?
The only one around who might be able to sort this out.
Clay'll do that. He'll sort it out.
Sort out what? The Lord of God, Charlie, why are you sitting so funny?
Handcuffed to the chair.
Christmas Eve, and I can't even have a drink of coolers.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
You crazy Birdshot. Put that down. What do you think? That bottle wasn't finished.
It is now. Merry Christmas, Mr. Sneed.
Damned if it isn't. What's got in you tonight, Birdshot?
Clothes make the man. This one's on the house, Charlie.
I was hoping Charlie might give me a lift in his truck. How'd it happen?
I ran over a calf up yonder on a road piece. Drove him back to the truck instead of letting him lie there and go to waste.
First calf I've ever seen with 10-point antlers.
That was one of Clyde Robbins' calves. I was going to stop by Clyde's and pay for the damage first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, you were gonna fry venison.
What's become of the calf, Sheriff?
Once the judge has seen the evidence, I'm gonna grind him up and make some venison sausage.
Christmas ain't no time to lock a man up in that Livingston jail.
Better drive over to jail before the roads get worse.
The minute you see your daddy, tell him about the fixin' I'm in.
Soon as he gets home.
Last time I laid eyes on Clay Spencer was when I raided the old church up in Lovington. They had a poker game going.
That's probably where he is right this minute. And I wish I was with him.
I'll get your coat on. No need to worry your daddy about Charlie. I'm just putting him scared. You have to face the music this time, Charlie.
Here's your coat. Your pad.
You're not gonna tell Susan something special?
Don't have to say unless I want to, do I?
The boy's right, Sheriff. Oh, quit your stalling.
Is there something else you need, Playboy?
Oh, no, well, I was wondering, if the sheriff might bring me by the church.
You figure getting mixed up in that poker game?
Oh, no. No, sir. I was, hoping my daddy might be there.
Might have gone in there to get out of the storm. Yeah, sure, right along with us.
Much
The
obliged.
sheriff's not supposed to carry riding.
It's Christmas! Let's go.
Christmas for Charlie, too.
Oh, he might not get out of that cold draft until till next Christmas. Sheriff!
I can't.
You made this whistle, Playboy. For Patty cake. She felt so bad about the broken doll.
Hey, but not anymore. Now I sure feel like someone special.
You think?
I have to hurry.
When you see your daddy, tell him, hey.
Good thing he's getting a lift. I expect he'll meet Clay coming up the road. Birdshot. There's still half a drinking bottle in the bottle.
You like that stuff?
Clay Spencer? The reason I sent our boy out to look for you, well, it's the custom. It's usual in this town. If the man of the house don't return home at some reasonable hour, the eldest is supposed to go looking for him.
Woman, you think I need someone looking for me?
I take pride in the fact that I never sent him to look for you before.
Why'd you send him tonight?
It kept getting later, Clay. I got to worrying.
So you sent that impractical boy into the blusterous storm to find his daddy?
Yes, I did, Clay. Seems to me, I get a feeling sometimes that the both of you need to find each other a little more.
What are you talking about?
I get this notion. There's things the boy just don't understand about you, Clay. And there's things about that boy. Clay, please. I wish you'd get home. I wish you were here. Clay, where are you?
Sorry I can't take you any further, boy, and I'm mired up to my axle.
That's all right, Sheriff. Got a hold of the fence. The fence will lead me to the church. Much obliged.
The minute you see your daddy, tell him about the fixing I made. Tell him to go on my bail.
To
Tell your daddy. Everyone expects him to help. Everyone expects him to understand their problems. Well, first I wasn't sure the fence run past the church. But then I heard the voices. Didn't sound like men playing a clandestine game of poker in the church to me. Sounded like the rightful tenants occupied the place. I didn't even recognize Mr. Dooley in his outfit. Only time I'd seen him before was when me and my father gone hunting on his land.
Wonderful, very good one. Just feel the spirit right here, can't you? Just feel it, feel it. Is that you, Claymore?
Hey, Mr. Dooley.
Hey, what you doing out here?
I'm lost.
Well, come here. Get yourself warmed up. We'll continue with hymn number 302. Just in time for the big treat. Are you ready, Joseph? Mary?
What's the surprise?
Oh, Joseph. Yeah. And it came to pass in those days that there was a decree from Caesar Augustus that all of the world should be taxed. Now, and all were to be taxed in his own cities. And while they were there, in the days that were accomplished, that she should be delivered. 502 days.
Hey Mary, what you gonna name that pretty little baby? Some call him little baby, I think I'll call him baby.
Oh, glory, hallelujah!
Glory, hallelujah! Hey Mary, what you gonna name that pretty little baby? Some call him baby, I think I'll call him baby.
Glory, amen! Amen! Glory, hallelujah! be worthy of thy sacrifice, and to walk in thy light all the days of our lives. Amen.
Amen.
That's the end of the service. Claymore! You're out this way looking for your daddy?
I reckon I am.
Well, have you tried the stable place?
No, I haven't. So far out there.
Well, it ain't that far if you got transportation.
You figure my father might have stopped by there for a little bootleg whiskey.
I've known him to do that. I've also known him just to stop by to pass the time of day. Now, has it ever occurred to you that those two lonely old ladies might need company sometime?
No, it never did.
Well, maybe it occurred to Claire. Tell you what, I'll take you on my horse, General, just as soon as I say goodnight to my congregation.
You must rise, thank you.
Anytime, boy. Merry Christmas, all of you.
Maybe it occurred to you, Dad. Seemed like every step of the way that night, I was finding out something more about Clay Spencer.
Yes. Come, Clayboy.
Well, let me saddle up this old.
Yes, it is. Would you mind putting this in storage?
It's so dark out, Mama. You can hardly see anything.
But every now and then, the moon breaks through the clouds.
Even when the moon breaks through, it's not the same.
Someone's right, Mama. You saying anything, Mama?
Just the road. And it's wide, and cold, and empty. Oh, no, don't you worry. Don't you pay any attention, Patty Kid.
Can I fix your cup of cocoa?
No, thank you, Becky. Don't give up on the radio. Thought you wanted to listen late tonight.
Which one's about you, Mama?
I'll tell you what. You can go on and listen for another half hour, but then straight to bed, all right? Not another long.
What about? Come on.
Hey, we never got to listen this late.
Because it's a special night. The most special night. And it's gonna be all right.
Just like her to have forgotten Christmas and worked straight through to New Year's. Almost ready. Well, I was afraid you might lose yourself in a magazine. On a night like this, we're going to use the front room. My, Edda, you could win a beauty contest. You look nice, too. I was late coming downstairs. I thought I heard a horse outside and voices on such a stormy night. Not very likely. Thought I heard many men's voices. Not at all likely. Where are the decorations? Already by the tree, just waiting to be put up. I feel just like we were little. Some of these decorations we've known since we were little. I thought, but you're right. It's not at all likely. Someone at the door. I told you. Well, it could be the wind. Probably someone has run out of recipe. But I was sure everybody had laid in good supply. Who is it?
Playboy Spencer.
Playboy Spencer? Company Emma is Clay Spencer's son. What a treat.
fine, really.
Oh, bring him some eggnog and put in some recipe.
Don't put me in any trouble. I can't stay but a minute.
Nonsense! You just sit in this chair, which is closest to the fireplace.
Just for a minute. Miss Emma, I'd like to ask...
Wait till you warm up. It's a wonder you haven't gotten frostbite. The eggnog will really warm you. Drink it down.
Oh, what's that on top?
Lightly sprinkle with cinnamon.
It's powerful good. And it does warm you. What else is in it?
Papa's recipe. Well, Papa used to make it all the time, and well, when he passed on, Sister and I used to get so many calls for it that we just kept on making it. We once had a gentleman coming all the way from Warrenton, Virginia. He loved it so, he took a whole gallon back home with him. He gives us something to do in our old age, and it makes people happy. So I don't see why we shouldn't keep right on providing.
Can't argue with that.
Edda, help Playboy to another cup of eggnog.
No, really, I couldn't.
Oh, get some chill. How are your mother and all those dear little children?
Everybody's fine, but what I stopped by to ask was if you...
They're 8 now, I believe.
Well, last time we counted there was 8, but what I wanted to ask you
Your
is if...
father never stops by. Look what he says for us to come over and visit.
When did my dad...
I told you. Every time we see him, we're getting old. Hard to get around when you're old.
So you haven't seen my father tonight?
Wouldn't that have been a treat?
Oh, I see. Then I best be going.
You're not going back out in that blizzard till you're warm as toast. Your daddy says you make good grades in school.
My daddy told me that? Well, yes, ma'am, I make good grades.
And what do you want to do with your life once you get out of school?
I don't rightly know yet.
What do you want to do with it?
They seem to think real highly of Daddy where he works over in Waynesboro. Says if I learn a trade, they might put me on over there.
But you're not interested in picking up a trade.
No. Now, how'd you know?
Your daddy told us.
But how'd he know?
Didn't you tell him?
We never really got into it.
If you had your choice, what would you be?
You know those writing tablets, like you do schoolwork on?
What about them?
Well, what I do with them is, you see,
He's a writing tablet under his mattress.
How'd you know?
You're just like Edda. Well, she hides things under her mattress, too.
That's impossible. My daddy doesn't know. The reason I hide the writing tablets is because...
I hide the letters from my phone. Now I know you were snooping. I hide them somewhere else. Her bow. Well, the way she tells it, you would think that she had a regular hallelujah chorus lined up at the gate. I wonder whatever happened to Ashley Longworth.
I'd like to find out how you...
Papa chased him off is what happened. Once, when we were in Charlottesville, we were walking, and I thought I saw him, the back of his head, walking right in front of us. I nearly ran to catch up, but the man was a stranger. He could never have been Ashley Longworth. Ashley had such fine features, and he come from a good family, and he was a gentleman. Emma, why didn't Papa like him? I don't remember anymore. Nobody was ever good enough for Papa. I never told you this, Emma. Ashley kissed me one time. You told me 1,000 times. He was a student, and he had permission to hunt on Papa's land. Was Ashley a handsome thing? He knew it, too. Anything that handsome had to know it. On my 25th birthday, October 19th, 1902, Ashley was here and asked me to go on a walk. The woods are on fire with color, and we stopped beneath a maple tree. There was a little breeze, and a shower of leaves fell around us. That was when Ashley reached up, very impulsive
Well, ladies, I certainly appreciate everything, but I must be
What's
going.
it gonna get? It's still the shade of the evening.
No, ma'am. I expect it's getting along towards 11 o'clock.
Well, how are you traveling, Playboy?
On foot.
You'll never get home walking in this weather.
I've got to. My mama's got enough to worry about.
Excuse my bad manners. Wait here. You wait.
I can't. I have to be home this minute.
You'll be home before you know it. Won't you have one last eggnog?
No, really, it's
A
okay.
small one for the road?
I've had just about enough.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
To tell you the truth, I can't really feel anything right now.
There she is.
Oh, what is it?
Papa's old horse-drawn sleigh. The perfect time for it. Hurry, before that old black mare falls asleep again. Better bundle up with blankets. It's full of blankets. We've kept it dusted and polished all these years, just waiting for an occasion. And now we have an occasion, thanks to your visit.
Well, actually, ladies, the reason I stopped by, you see, I wanted to know.
Would it occur to you that it might be nice to stop by and see us?
Yes, that's right.
Such a pleasant surprise. The nice thing about life is you never know when it's going to be a party. What a treat, isn't it? Maybe we should have waited for Playboy to get home. Oh, Daddy! Midnight in 2 minutes.
As soon as it's midnight, we go back in the house. Then straight to bed.
You're starting to sound like Playboy.
We promised we go to bed at midnight. Y'all so restless. Probably couldn't get any sleep anyway.
Tell us about the miracle on the stable at midnight.
Y'all know about it.
Tell us about it again. A long time ago, when Jesus was born in a stable.
Let Matt too.
You tell me.
The first things that Adam made with Jesus, except for his mom and dad, were the farm animals in the stable.
Was there a mouse knocking our barn?
Let Matt tell you.
I expect so. Ever since that night, animals all over the world wait up. In the stroke of midnight, they kneel down and pray and speak in human voices.
Well, I wonder what they say.
Well, that's why we're out in the barn watching that old cow.
What time is it?
Getting close.
There's the turf bell.
Midnight right now.
Is she doing anything?
She's starting to...
She's gonna kneel.
She is. She's kneeling. I'm scared.
No.
Oh, you ruined it.
Might as well. Nothing happening now.
Would have been interesting. Maybe the cow was gonna stay of all the times to call out. Ugh.
What happened?
If Patty Lake hadn't opened her yak, we might have seen a miracle.
Past midnight now, your palms go right to bed.
The cow will start to kneel. There could have been a miracle.
Foolishness.
We promise. Now, up to bed.
It was peculiar out in the stable. A strange feeling.
It's foolishness. There's no such thing as miracles. Go to bed.
Up to bed. All of you. Now.
Thank you, Dad. Good night.
Would you like me to stay up with you, Mama?
No, you go to bed too. It's very late.
Yes, Mama.
No such thing as miracles. Children. What will become of them? I want life to be so good to them. God help us. God help us all. What on earth? Someone's coming. Playboy?
Mama?
Have you heard?
No, not a sign.
Nothing at all?
Any word here?
No word.
We'll just have to wait.
That's what we'll do. How'd you get home?
Miss Amanda Staples showed me. Sent this. Said it was Christmas cheer.
It's bootleg whiskey is what it is.
Well, what do you want me to do with it, Mama?
I guess I could use some to make the frosting for my applesauce cakes.
The tap holes in bed?
You go to bed too.
I'll wait with you.
You've been out everywhere looking. You need to go to bed.
Where do you reckon Daddy is?
I don't know any more music, Clayton. Please, you must go lay down.
Well, wouldn't it help if
Playboy!
Fine. I'll lay down. But I'll keep my clothes on just in case any word comes.
I don't expect to hear anything before morning.
We'll hear that for sure.
Good night, son.
Hey, you! What do you think you're... Get out of here! Want me to teach you a lesson?
What in God's name is it?
I don't know, but it sounded like... Maybe it's... Clay? Clay.
Daddy. Daddy!
I've been so worried.
Daddy!
I've been worried sick about you, Clay.
Don't cry, Mama. He's home. Don't cry.
Of course I'm home. God, what a beautiful woman I'm married. Hey, where have you been?
Missed the last bus out of Charlesville, so I hitchhiked all the way to Hickory Creek. From there, every bus step was on foot.
Gosh, it was frozen. I've been keeping some coffee warm for you. Let me get you some coffee.
What's in the bundles, Dad?
Beat the tar out of me.
Well, where did they come from?
I was coming up the walkway there a minute ago, knowing you kids were asleep. I tried not to make any noise.
There's big noise.
Yes. All of a sudden, something came flying across the sky, landed right on top of the house.
We heard it.
Looked like a team of some kind of animals, about the size of a year and a half calf. Something kind of pointy on their heads.
Right there!
I never saw them before, but that's what it was, all right.
What'd you do?
It kind of stopped me in my tracks, and I stood there just watching. And all of a sudden, I see this old son of a gun jumped out with black boots and a red suit, trimmed his white fur.
Santa Claus.
I never laid eyes on the old coot before. Just thought he's someone trying to break in the house. So I picked up the biggest rock I could find and...
You hit Santa with a rock?
Not exactly, but I scared him, so the sleigh started slipping off the roof, landed right in the backyard. That old man started cracking the whip, but I caught up to him.
You took the hit?
I wrestled him, and just before he could get away, I grabbed a big armful of stuff from the sleigh, and there it is, right on the table.
Yes, he's right up. You're right, honey. You're double the right. Which one's mine?
This one's for you.
What about me?
This one's for you.
What about me?
And for you, too. And this one's for you.
Hurry up! Open the door.
You've been wishing for springtime. Playboy, open yours, son.
Daddy, you've already given me a lot of presents tonight that you don't even know about.
But they're not what you need.
Writing tablets. And new fountain pen.
I wonder how the news got all the way to the North Pole that you wanted to be a writer.
Well, yes, Santa Claus is a right smart man.
We got so much today. You didn't get none.
Sweetheart, I've got Christmas every day of my life with you kids and your mama.
I see a lot of sleepy children now. Put everything away and play in the morning.
Bedtime, you heard your mama. Play in the morning.
Wow, this is great.
It's the best Christmas ever.
Right your head.
Come on, Matt. What'd you get? Oh, fun.
Hey, you must have spent every cent of the paycheck.
Just about.
What are we gonna live on this coming week?
Love, Herman. Love.
All around the house, the world lay bright as day. The moon blazed down its cold light on an earth that was touched with magic. An ancient wind now sighed along the ridges of crusted snow. Angels sang, and stars danced in the sky.
Good night, Lucy. Good night, Becky. Good night, Patty Cake. Good night, Lucy. Good night, Mom.
Good night, Patty Cake. Good night, Shirley.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Fran.
Good night, Shirley. Good night, John.
Good night, Matt. Good night, Mark. Good night, Glenda. Good night, everybody.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. and the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St. Charles Community College Theater.
This evening, under the direction of Kay Christopher, we will be presenting The Homecoming, written by Earl Hammer Jr.
But before we begin, we have a few announcements that we would like to make.
First of all, please turn off all cell phones and pagers. And please, no flash photography.
Because of copyright laws, videotaping and pictures are not prohibited. But they are prohibited, just joking. Yeah. But you can meet the cast and crew out in the lobby after the show.
During intermission, flowers are being sold to buy for your favorite actor or actress. All proceeds go straight to the Young People's Theater program for the kids.
Also during intermission, refreshments will be served, but please do not bring them into the theater.
If you have any fussy children, please take them into the lobby so you do not disturb the actors or the people around you.
And please, only cast and crew backstage.
And last but definitely not least,
enjoy the show!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the St. Charles County Community College Theater. This evening, under the direction of Kay Christopher, we will be presenting The Homecoming, a play written by Earl Hammer Jr. But first, we have a few announcements we would like to make. Please turn off all cell phones and pagers during the show. And also, no flash photography is to be taken during the performance. Because of copyright laws, flash photography and videotaping is prohibited. However, the cast will be in the lobby after the show for pictures. Flowers will be sold before the show and during intermission. If you would like to buy one for your favorite actor or actress, all proceeds go directly to the Young People's Theater program for the kids. Also during intermission, refreshments will be available, but please do not bring them into the theater. Also, if you have any fussy children, please take them out to the lobby so you do not disturb the fellow actors and audience members. And please, only cast and crew backstage. And last, but certainly not least, enjoy the show!
Tria and Brisky and Eric, so we're going to let Olivia and Clayboy go first. And then Stable Sisters. Oh!
The old hag. Girl.
I already forgot who they were. No, it's a a really joyous holiday. Very, very joyous.
Make your own beer.
Make your own beer.
What is it?
Charlie, the reverend and Ida have from the bartender. Hi, Barbara.
I'll be waiting for the first class.
We got a wonderful compliment, which I'm sure was shared by all the audience members, but it was particularly, and it was, Carly, was that your I was here to see you. Huh?
He's a family friend.
Oh, anyways, he said that he came to most of the shows that you've been in, and this was the best one yet. Yay.
He's been in technical theater for about 7 years for the Parkway School District, and he was just wowed by the lighting, the stage, everything. He was really wowed.
Oh, yay! I think we get lots of compliments on our sets.